Hey everybody, hello, and welcome back to Deadhaus Whispers. I hope everyone's been doing well on this little break that we've had. If you're just joining us for the 10th episode, I believe we're in now, and you still don't know what Deadhaus Sonata is,
Technically, we're
technically,
episode 12. We had to nix episode 11, but we'll talk about that. But really, it's season one of episode one of season 2.
yes. So we are back now with season 2 here for Deadhaus Whispers. We talk about Deadhaus Sonata and everything in between. Deadhaus Sonata is a spiritual successor to Legacy of Kain. It's a narrative-driven action RPG in which you play the undead fighting the living. An unstoppable force from Deadhaus. Deadhaus Sonata development is leading on PC and will support all major platforms. You name it, it'll probably be on there. I am Calypso as usual, and of course, Faceless Mike.
Greetings! Don't forget to visit deadhausesonata.com and pick up a Founders Pack today. We've got the Old World Drive going on, which, if you go to the page, I have it up here right now. Let's see, hold on. I'll just share a screen. We'll make this so much easier. Share screen. Here we go. And if we scroll down, there is a timer. The clock is ticking. The end is nigh, people. You need to get in on our pack because one thing I will be able to tell everyone is when they're gone, right? There will be new packs. If you go on over to the forums, they're actually taking suggestions on cool stuff you'd like to see in the new packs. And if one of your suggestions is picked, you'll get that pack for free. But the only thing that'll be growing over is platinum and access to the first and second age. All the cool goodies, they go bye-bye.
In place of new cool goodies instead.
New cool goodies, but the old stuff will be gone. And everyone does that thing of, oh man, I wish I got that. Like, how many people do you know in Warframe? Oh man, I wish I got that Excalibur Prime thing. You know, back when it was original. I was going to back it and then I didn't. Do it now. Do Deadhaus. Deadhausesonata.com. Is that adequate shilling?
That was pretty adequate to me. And then speaking of the store page for Deadhaus, apart from a Founders Pack, you can actually head over to the merch store and pick up some of the old world merch.
Old school.
So yes, these shirts and this logo from the old world are limited. They will be going away soon also. So get in on that while you still can. So yeah, that's the shilling for this portion of the episode.
Bye. Thus concludes our little shilling bit. But we've got an interesting. My merch is older still.
Yes,
this is new, but I have the original merch. Wyvern Tamer's just bragging because they've got one of the yes shirts.
Yes, and now the long dead forgotten meme. It might come back. I hope it comes back sometime down the line.
Are we going to bring it back? We bring it back, Calypso?
We should bring it back. Like Wizard. We should bring back Wizard. You know, like that was so Wizard, man. Like, yes, that was so Wizard. You can bring both of those back.
Now, we've got a few topics today. And the first one is one that some people, if you're watching this, you've probably watched the official Deadhaus streams. But if not, we're going to be covering a particular character. Bishop, hello. We're going to be covering that is not the button I meant to press.
Technical difficulties, as usual.
Technical difficulties. That's what happens when you say we'll do it live, huh?
Yeah.
A particular character, which we have not covered yet.
Yes,
the Legionnaire.
The Legionnaire.
Now, this was really cool just because this was community chosen. Do you want to talk about that, Calypso?
Not my Legionnaire.
Hashtag not my Legionnaire.
No, so yes, a couple of months ago, if I believe, if I recall correctly, the Legionnaire was a choice option between like A, B, and C, or X, Y, and Z, or whatever, right?
Yep.
And this was the one that got, the concept art, and this was the one that got voted for the most. Because wasn't my Legionnaire pick? Because Mike showed it really hard and did a good job at swooing people over to this version of the Legionnaire. But this wasn't mine, even though I do like this design. It wasn't my personal favorite, even though it is really nice. And this in-game render, this is an in-game render that you're looking at, folks.
Yes, it is.
It is gorgeous. It is
I just love the fact that for months we've had people going, but when do we get to see in-game stuff?
Here you go.
Right there. See that? See that? That's in the game. And again, like Nagazdak, low poly.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep,
that will
this
be
is
the in-game thing that you go and I don't know if you're a ghoul, you'd probably be able to chew through that helmet, but that's the thing you will be trying to make into meat pie.
yes. I do love this look. Even though like this is a really wonderfully designed legionnaire. It's got like the typical dark fantasy huge shoulder pauldrons. The helmet is somewhat like historically accurate. Like there was a
But
couple of
still a
medieval
twist
helmets
on
and everything,
fantasy.
but still a twist on fantasy with like the holes. It looks like spider eyes, almost like bug eyes. For the eye socket parts. It's still got the movement, the cloak, and the red cloak that it's got going that's billowing over the whole back shoulder thing, and like the arms and stuff is really gorgeous to like keep it warm. Maybe the shield that you have is a beautifully designed shield. Like it all fits together. It's all wonderfully rendered and really really beautiful.
I
Like,
love the way the cloak falls. By the way, the cloaks will like be different colors or have not based on like rank and stuff like that, from what I can gather.
mm-hmm.
So that'll be a variation. Now, hold on. Let me change out of that and we get another view. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like I love the way the cloak looks. Like it's imposing. He sure is an imposing legionnaire. If I were a regular human fighting this guy, I'd be scared. But because I'm a vampire, I'm not so scared. But that's just because I'm a vampire.
Meal in the can. Get them now. Yep. Bring your tin openers, people.
Yeah.
I often wonder now, right? When we were looking at this, will any of the armor be infused with silver or any anti-magical properties?
I believe, lore-wise, the Order of the Ashen Ring have silver armor, don't they?
Yes, but the Order of the
This
Ashen
regular
Ring rare. They're very rare. They were paladins, and so from what I can gather, the Order of the Ashen Ring is like a religious military order, and they're rare. You hear it during one of the radio plays. It's like when the Revenant of Revenants at the gate, it's like, oh, it's a member of the Order of the Ashen Ring. It's like, but no one has seen one of them for years. They would definitely turn the tide of a battle, like a Jedi showing up or something.
Yeah.
So the fact that no one had mentioned them and that they'd hold such power would show they're very, very rare.
The angle almost makes them look intimidating. Then I remember that they are just human. Shiny Bree. That's a good quote. That's a good quote. They are intimidating. They do look really intimidating. And I think I don't think as far as like silver and like magical infused armor goes, I don't think they'll have it. I think like let's say this is like the lowest version of the Legionnaire you can fight, right? I don't think they'll have it. I think higher versions, like higher rankings, like you mentioned with like maybe different colored cloaks and stuff, will have infused armor.
That's what I'm thinking. I think this one, because it's a red thing, it may be like a captain or something. I don't know. And just suspecting Bishop going, you would think the armor would have something or at least higher rank. So this could be the higher rank because you just strip out the cloak for a regular.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
So if that is a captain, then maybe like they'll have some, some magically infused items or like a
just
sword
because
or a helmet,
Shiny made that comment,
sword of fire.
Because Wyvern Tamer is quoting Shiny, I'm going to be counting how many times that chick wipes these characters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're only human. Let's see. Shall we?
Yeah, and then you get your butt kicked, right? And then you eat it because you can't win against like 5 humans or whatever with silver swords or something.
How brave of people to think that 5 or 7 soldiers will be the only thing you fight.
Right? And then
what if they have other people with them?
Yeah, that's true.
If I see anyone retreat against the Legionnaire, I will flay them myself. Right there with you, Scar. Right there with you.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
And let's see. I've got another angle on this.
Today's episode brought to you by me drinking water ASMR.
Gotta stay hydrated. Hydrate your dead, people.
Yeah. See, I love this angle. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. I think this makes me like this version of the Legionnaire. I love the sword. I love how it's like old like historical British Roman like sword types.
Mm.
The cloak just works so well here. The everything works. It just works. It's perfect. It's perfect. And then the helmet, it look, oh man, it's just awesome.
I know it's
Go
probably
check
down
this out.
rendering like crazy online due to like Twitch or YouTube, but like if you go to the website, guys, go to the website,
Yeah.
deadhausesonata.com, check it out. The detail on that cloak is amazing. It's got stains, it's got mild tears, imperfections, there's dirt, like it's incredible when you get
It
up close
is
and personal with
gorgeous.
that. Like and I love all the like chinks and batters into the armor. Like, yeah, my cursor shows up. Like, if you take a look at here, there's like little dents, and then there's like scratches and stuff. And this is all within the armor, so these will be variations on different ones.
Yeah,
Vertex Iron Station also says, "Yep, that's what I've got open at the minute."
it's
Wyvern Tamer.
awesome.
It's a good one. Actually, ArtStation is and Vert Paint's section on ArtStation. Thank you, Calypso. Is one of the best places to get like the proper high res versions of these if you want to get a good look at them
Yeah.
because it is phenomenal. That's artstation.com, and you'll be able to find if you put in Deadhaus Sonata, these will come up.
Yeah, you can
Once
find
you're on
it.
ArtStation, they're easy enough to find. But yeah, I'm still wondering though. There looks like there could be room for a magical talisman or something here that might protect against liches, maybe something to prevent. Remember, Alaric was researching about the Wraith?
Yes, yes, yes. Like I would love to see liquid, like special toxins and potions or whatever that the humans brandish their swords with to damage. Like, say you don't have a silver sword or something, so you brandish it with like a poison, or a toxin,
I could see
to
them like,
you know
let's say
some
if they
alchemical
were,
goods.
yeah, if they were going to battle, you know the way Alaric like shook up his little flask and threw it, and the alchemical fire burned the wraith. I
Yeah,
could see them having a potion like that in like a little cauldron at the side of the battlefield, where they go in and dip their sword in it, so that
yeah,
they could charge and actually like cause damage. And like when you listen to the radio plays, the wars were not going well, but we do
no,
know something turns the tide.
yes, we do.
Creation of the white. It's not like the white itself was just running across the battlefield. It was obviously these guys and others running behind it and beside it.
A necrotizing agent for the ghouls. Yeah, something like that would be cool. I would love to see rune infused swords also, for
Oh,
like,
that's got to be in
rune
there.
infused armor. That has to be in there, man. Like, imagine, or
Yeah.
even what if even like on the capes, excuse me, like even on the capes, there'd be ruins aligning the cape for extra protection or something, as like a shield almost for like
Well,
these
we
legionnaires.
do
That'd be
know,
sweet.
Dennis, as mentioned before, the magic system is going to be like this spoken proto-Indo-European type language. Like the way he done blood script with
Hi.
Legacy of
Yeah.
Kain, we're bringing the pie to Deadhaus. It's all about pie. There's meat pie, there's magic pie.
Yeah.
You know,
Proto-Indo-Europe meat
I can
pie.
I can see that being implemented in some fashion, like what you just said, Calypso, about like on the capes. Like you could
Yeah.
have a cape where that has like a spell woven into it that maybe
Yeah.
makes you immune from being mind controlled by a lich, let's say, or something, something like that.
Yeah.
That would be
If
really interesting.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Like, and that
Because
would
like,
be, oh man, now it just gets me like, I know humans won't be controllable or playable anyway in Deadhouse Sonata in anytime soon, or maybe even in the near future at all. But I would love to play as a human in like a horde type mode. And I know we've talked about this before. Fighting a bunch
not
of
out of
undead.
not out of the realm of possibility. Like
Yeah.
I could see down the line they're being implemented of, let's say we've got the Legionnaire here. You get to be a Legionnaire. Maybe there's 4 6-year buddies, because Deadhouse got to be 6 player. 6-year
Yeah.
buddies against waves of ghouls or something
Yeah.
like that. You could have a ghoul nest mode where it's just like, see how long you can last. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Be cool. Like, I mean, because why would you have such an exquisitely rendered character if I can't play him, or at least get the armor or something in some way, shape, or form, like from his dead body while I kill it,
Yeah. That's It's going to be interesting. It's an interesting road ahead. Although, yeah, I'm looking at what you're saying with the thing with the swords. There has to be rune
Oh
inscribed
yeah,
sword.
there's got to be rune
That
scribe
can't be
swords.
the only thing.
Mm-mm.
So that's our cover of the Legionnaire. I think it looks quite epic.
Yeah,
I like just like that's NPC character looks that great. Like that's basic enemy. Well, he's not a basic enemy. He's slightly a higher tier
yeah.
enemy.
I
The
mean,
basic,
legionary.
the basic human soldiers are like more human looking
Yeah,
rather than like this. But I think that's oh man, it's going to be something quite interesting. And
yeah.
then moving on to our next topic, some of the other things we've missed while we were on our little hiatus is we had the man, the myth, the legend himself on Deadhaus Sonata.
Dennis Diana.
You
George
No,
Ledoux, I believe, was a
George.
guest.
Yep. As we
Yes,
go.
George Nagaztak himself /
Mhm.
Alaric von Beller from the radio plays and the podcasts.
Listening to George's stories was incredible. I could sit and listen to George's anecdotes all day. If you're listening, hi, George. It was awesome having you on. We'd love to have you on here sometime. It would be fantastic. I know that we might be able to wrangle that a bit further down the line, but I know he is legit up the walls with work at the minute.
Oh yeah, he's busy, I'm sure.
But some of his anecdotes about working in the industry is incredible. What's this?
Of evil, what? The humans broke Rule 1 of Evil Overlord's list. The humans
Which bit was that?
Yeah, what was the what's the list of evil? What's the rules of the Evil Overlord list? I'd love to know.
My Legion of Terror will have helmets with clear plexiglass visors, not face concealing ones.
Oh my gosh. That's good.
Oh, don't worry. I don't think it matters, to be honest, if it's little slits, if it's eye holes, if it's completely exposed face. You're going down.
Yeah, definitely.
You cannot fight the dead. As they say, to quote Terry Pratchett's death, I am inevitable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No more last minute stuff. I am last minute stuff.
But yeah, no, I could listen to George talk all day. Like the dude has a voice of gold. He could read a dictionary and it'd be cool.
Yeah, he said I could read the phone book.
Yeah, read the
phone
book.
Do that stream. Mike just sits and reads the phone book.
Right. Terry Crews 5048621. Like, no, the dude's got a voice of gold. Like, and he's funny too. And like, I think that's the cool thing about voice actors is that they have stories that never really end because they just keep, it's their job to create stories and create characters on the fly. And one voice actor the guy who does the voice acting for Chris Redfield in the Resident Evil games,
Rock Puncher.
Yeah, Rock Puncher, Boulder Puncher, Chris Redfield. Continue my lineage, Chris Redfield. He has a story of, or a good way to audition, I guess, for voice acting and stuff would be to have someone like go online for you blind and have a blind like character pick, and they pick random cartoon characters or whatever that you may know or may not know of or whatever, and then you have to come up with a voice for them on the fly. Of what you think they might sound like with a couple of quick second look or whatever. Because that's often how some voice acting auditions go. It's you don't have no idea what the character looks like. It's just, based on some directions and everything. And I think George's, stories of all that kind of stuff and like what it takes to be a voice actor and everything is just super interesting. It fuels my passion to get back into voice acting myself.
You should. Well, speaking of which, Deadhaus is taking submissions. Deadhaus will be taking submissions. If you go check it up, there's a little area on the forum with the details. If Wyvern Damer's in the chat and could find it for me, where you'll be able to submit for some fan stuff.
Yes,
so
super awesome.
It'll be stuff from like World Anvil or some other stuff in game, and it could be included in it'll be used in future promotional stuff for the game.
Yeah, it will. It's yes. So Deadhaus is taking fan community submissions and auditions. Yeah, I think it is on the forum, I believe. And I don't know what the requirements are because unfortunately I don't have that pulled up.
You need to have the right equipment, so something like a blue Yeti or something adequate to use.
Yeah,
You
and
need
like
to
this
have
USB microphone or whatever, you know.
Yeah, you need to have something solid to record your voice. You need to have decent software like Audacity or one of those types of softwares, and preferably either a little bit of experience or do some kind of show reel type thing yourself. You could go onto World Anvil, pick one of the things on there, and just read. Just to
Mhm.
give an example of your work and stuff like that. There we go. Thank you, Wyvern Tamer. I'll just pull that up here. It's there. It's over on the forums and for our voice acting fan submissions, and it'll give you all the information there. Brian, if only I had a voice people enjoy listening to. Sir, I used to believe that too, and I had George Liddell tell me he could listen to me read a phone book, and that's coming from a professional voice actor himself. So never say never. It's always worth the try. It's always worth the try. Like, I was shocked at how much stuff George was in. Like, I knew because he told me some of the things.
Too.
But I went to Google. I'm like, holy crap, man! George just done a lot.
Yeah, you don't realize that like this person has done so much until you Google it. Like I didn't know, I had no idea Nolan North, prolific voice actor Nolan North, was in the Crash Bandicoot games back in the day.
I think Nolan North is just in almost everything.
Pretty much, he is, but like I didn't realize how much his range really went, until you Google how much. Like George, I didn't know George was in any of that stuff until you like doesn't sound like George at all, Like there's no way that can be George.
Based on your hard of hearing, so trying to nail accents and tones is a trial and a half. Speaking on that one, I badgered George to do his Irish accent for me. He's like, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, come on. As an Irishman, I want to hear it. It was impressive. It was impressive for like a foreign person doing an Irish accent because I swear when I hear people in video games, TV shows doing an Irish accent, I'm half waiting to, like, as I quoted for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I'm half waiting to be sent on the mystical quest to get my lucky charms.
Oh my God.
Like, come on, you've seen Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't have to go after me lucky charms or or whatever. Whatever.
I don't know where they get these voices from, but like, here's a little tip. You're doing an Irish accent well if an Irish person can guess what part of the country you're supposed to be from.
Yeah. Because it's like now if you have to nail it down, okay, we'll do a Northern Irish accent or a Southern Irish or a Western or Eastern, or it's like, oh, can you do a Welsh accent or can you do a Southern British accent or upper like Hoxton, Hoxford accent or whatever the heck for like England and stuff. And it's like,
oh yeah,
pick your dialect. Like
that's the way they do it, which is hilarious because whenever like they're trying to nail that down in some games, and then in other games, so like I'm playing The Witcher 3 and I come across this old woman, it's like, she's Welsh. Like that's clearly that's a Welsh woman doing the voice,
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Tara Strong is a legend. Yes, Tara Strong is a legend. Batman the Animated Series had a voice actress named Tara Strong. She was asked how she nailed accents, etc., and she said that she called people in the country she needed to speak to and just had conversations with whoever would speak to her. Probably
the best way to do it, because George said he'd like to do that with me. He'd like to just talk, just to be able to get and I'd quite happily do that. Anyone that's wanting the voice act, I'll quite happily chat with you in Discord. I'll even thicken up the accent a little bit so you'll be able to pick it up a bit better. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
I can ham up the old Irish accent for you. That's how they sound. You know the way they are, Calypso now. You talk about rednecks out in the countryside there in Florida. You know what I'm saying? This would be a bit of an Irish redneck accent now.
Oh my God.
See, everyone's half expecting me to go top of the morning to you laddies. My name is
I'm waiting for it. I think one of my favorites.
There's as many Irish accents as there are counties. Brian is true. Not only that, there are counties where there's different accents within the county, and even going further than that, one of the top county in Ireland is a beautiful, beautiful county called Donegal. Gorgeous. Worth a visit if anyone ever gets the opportunity. If you get someone from the countryside of Donegal and you put them with someone from the very southern part of Ireland, from Cork, and put two of them in a room together, there's a good chance they won't know what the other person's feckin' saying. That's how thick our accents are in this country.
Yeah, I think that's what throws me off the most too. Is that like you can be in Northern Ireland and have two very different Northern Irelanders talking to you, and they will sound completely different.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
To
they even go
the American who's visiting.
In Antrim, like if you go Belfast, if you get someone from Belfast City and someone from Derry, like literally go county over, dramatically different accents. I can also ham up the Dutch accent, but at a certain point, I'll start losing words and sentences and slipping into my fully hometown accent. I've heard Wyvern Tamer ham up the Dutch accent, and I haven't a clue what they're saying. Mike, did you leave Ireland? I did not. I am still here. Apparently, it's a curse. There's runes around the borders. I can't get out. I'm stuck.
Once you enter Ireland, you can't leave Ireland. Like,
especially the two counties around where I'm living. You're stuck here, and you will stay forever. I feel a bit ripped though because Assassin's Creed Valhalla doesn't have my county in it.
Oh, that's lame. Wait, you can go to Ireland? Is that where the game takes place?
That's the new ones, like Wrath of the Druids, and you go to Ireland, and the characters sound exactly as you'd expect them to be.
Oh man,
it's really funny. I haven't got it yet. I just seen the trailers, and I'm looking at it, going, "That's really cool. Where the hell is that? Like, that's not here." Although I've been told by a friend of mine that's because I used to do like some historical reenactment stuff years ago. A friend of mine that's all big into that like ancient history stuff. Dublin is fairly accurate, apparently.
Yeah.
Like Dublin is fairly accurate to what the settlement would have been at the time. But they missed out on so much. Like Galway and Limerick cities are both Viking cities. They were Viking settlements originally. Wait, the Assassin's Creed Valhalla expansion is out. Yes, it is. My hometown has a similar reputation of being a place you never leave. Yes, we're all trapped. Although you got out, Calypso.
I mean,
you got out of your hometown.
I guess I did. Yeah. But the whole problem is I'm stuck in Florida now. Like I'm in the Bermuda Triangle. I can't escape now. You know what I mean?
Look, the one thing you can never call Florida is boring.
No, yeah, you're right about that. I'm so disappointed because I read a story of like two, some really sad murder or like, something just depressing, like father and mother do this with children and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, well, wait, was that in Florida? And then, yep, sure was in Florida because it's Florida.
If it's something really wild and wacky, it's Florida. That's just the unfortunate way it goes. But look, it's either Florida, Texas, or Georgia.
Yeah. I mean, Georgia's cheaper, so maybe it's Georgia. Time to go to Georgia. No, I'll never go to Georgia. I'll go back to New York before I go to Georgia. No offense to people watching who may live in Georgia. Florida man strikes again. Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Brian, every time there's a Florida man meme, it gets sent directly to Calypso.
Yep.
Because I can confirm. Can confirm. Although it's been fairly quiet in your neck of the woods lately, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, because I think people are finally back to normal-ish. The whole vaccine stuff is like going around now. So I think the whole stir crazy cabin fever stuck inside mess is slowly dissipating.
How many people actually paid attention though to it in Florida?
Nobody. Surprisingly, all like the big businesses did, but you still had your problems and your issues. But that's Florida for you. You're just asking for it.
And so why is it quiet if it's back to normal? Because it's there's still limited travel. So Florida's pretty much survives on tourism, isn't it? Like that's pretty much most of how it goes.
Especially Orlando, where I'm living. Yeah, it's tourism capital of the world. Disney, Universal Studios, water parks, theme parks, roller coasters, all that kind of stuff. That is what drives this city. That's what makes the money. So if it's quiet, then I mean it's a good thing, but like at the same time, there's no giant man riding 6 foot tall alligator in the middle of the road, kind of crazy news so
I
far.
still love that one with the gator with the knife.
Oh, yeah,
Said,
that's my favorite.
whoever withdraws the knife from the gator becomes the new king of
King of
Florida. I still can't believe when you said it that there's actually a Florida Man comic.
Oh
I
yeah,
need
there
to get
is.
my hands on
It's
that.
insane.
How is that not a TV show? That's totally an Adult Swim TV show right
I know.
there.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for a reality show just called Florida Man, and it's just cops again. It's cops, but it's just ridiculous. Florida or Dog the Bounty Hunter style stuff, but it's Florida.
Do you remember there used to be an old TV show in the 90s called Cops? It was based on the TV show, but it was like some weird G.I. Joe thing. It was nuts.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, G4 is back to being a regular gaming channel. I guess that's not just cops and reality shows anymore. I think. I'm not sure. I know it came back. Maybe.
No idea. And on to, as you were saying, weird Bermuda triangles. The next bit that we have to catch up on is the octahedron.
Yes. Speaking of triangles, the octahedron. Yes. It's the coolest thing ever. It's the coolest.
Okay, so Calypso, explain the octahedron.
Okay, so the octahedron is right now, for those of you who know about Deadhaus, you have your skill systems, or your power levels and everything. It's physical, magical, and material, right? And it's in a triangle. So you got your like material up here, your essential over here, and your magical over here, right? The octahedron is there's a triangle on top of another triangle, and then you have the sides of that triangle and the other side of that triangle and the back of the triangle and then a little square in the center, right? So with the way the octahedron system is going to work, it's like you have Deadhaus in the center, which is physical, magical, and essential. And then you flip the triangle over to the left triangle or the right triangle. And then whichever side like corresponded with whatever side that was, the left or the right, gets that power as well. So let's say you have material up here and essential over here, or material up here and magical over here or something. You flip it to another triangle, you're going to have material on one side, magical on the other, and then it's going to have an entirely new skill over here. And then you flip it and it'll be something else. And then you flip it and then it will carry over to that. And then you flip it upside down and it might have entirely different skills relating to whatever the opposite of physical, magical, and material would be or something. And then the square of the octahedron, the square center, when they both are combined together, is going to be something completely different and on its own as well. It's the coolest system ever for as far as creating like houses and gameplay and freshening things up, so it doesn't just feel like it's the same game over and over and over again. 9 houses, 6 elder gods, 6 attributes, and pools. Yes, thank you, Wyvern Tamer. Yes, so it's the coolest thing ever. Do you have a visual of that, Mike?
I'm legit looking on the forum for the one that was posted about it. I know it was posted by Varric.
Yeah, I'm surprised Zan hasn't.
I know there is one here somewhere, like explaining the octahedron.
It's somewhere there, but try to picture a triangle, guys. You have material on top, physical. You have physical on top, magical, and essential on the left and the right, and then you flip it over to like the left side, and you'll have whatever side. If that was material before, it'll be material again, and then like if the essential side was on the other side, it will be essential as well, and then something else completely new. It's way easier. Wyvern Tamer just dropped in Discord. That's Varric's thing explaining it.
Hold on, I'll see if I can grab that here.
Yeah, it's way easier to see visually than it is to explain it. With
Wyvern Tamer, can you just send that to me privately in the Discord here, and I'll put it up on the screen.
I got it right here. There you go, Mike.
Because it is nice and fun to try get it. Yes, as we'll put it. Wow, this is quite complicated. So this is how Varric explains it, right?
Yeah.
This is the Rego. So this is all speculation, by the way. The only confirmation on that is Deadhaus, and Dennis has hinted at a gigahouse. So you've got the pyramid on the top and the bottom. These are joined, but it's a 3D image. So each one has a different side. So that pyramid has 3 sides. This pyramid has 3 sides. They're joined together, and each one will represent a house. So one side will be Deadhaus, and then there's a mirror to Deadhaus. Now each one will have their, as he said, he's got it here for Deadhaus because he's laid this out in a very terrible fashion. But anyway, you've got vitality, essential, and magic. All right. So if I pull this over here, you've got vitality, essential, magic. So that means if you turn the square over turn the triangle over the next triangle, it'll still be vitality, essential, and then it'll have another one. The speculation being tech, because they're going by opposites. Now, the way Varric put it is there's opposites. So these 3, the mind, tech, and primal, are his kind of speculation. So they'll rotate. Very interesting concept. Yeah, it's a very complex system that works very fluidly. So each of your characters, just to give an example, right? Each of your characters, you don't have a health pool. You actually have 3 resources. You have your physical form. So we'll use a vampire physical form. When he's hammered down out of physical, beat with swords and all like that, he will lose his physical form and become magical, basically like a wisp type figure and all like that. When you lose all magical energy, you go into essential form, which would be like possessing something, like literally like possessing a little teddy bear, let's say, or something like that. If he's excised and loses all essential energy, or is like exorcised in some fashion, then they experience true death. Your character is dead. Each of the characters in Deadhaus falls in different areas, being leaning more towards physical, essential, or magical. And it's a kind of a weird rock, paper, scissors system. Now expand rock, paper, scissors to be 9 different houses with multiple classes that all operate within 6 different elemental types, except for the 9th house, which is the center of the octahedron, which has 4.
And that will be completely different stuff. Like it won't be, Varric has it colored here, like magic and essential.
See, so there's the way it goes at the moment. As Varric said, you can't see it. So number 1 and number 5 would be opposites, but they will both have essence and magic. But if you've got life or physical at the top, don't forget the actual word for this is vitality. So what's its opposite?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Slightly more complicated, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I believe that's what the system is called too. It's a rock, paper, scissors system.
It's a more complex, but essentially, yes, it is that expanded.
Yeah. Super cool.
That's pretty much how that'll going to go. But that's only for the resources. That's not necessarily combat. The combat introduces a tarot system, which is phenomenal. But again, Brian will need an education on the entire summary of this. The tarot system will be gathered by skills. You will have a deck in your hand. These will contribute as your skills. Each skill system. So instead of you having a skill tree, each of your skills is its own skill tree that works in tandem or independent with other skills.
It's going to be awesome.
It's very complex and very epic. And again, due to my position, have seen behind the scenes a little, and I can promise there's some, and the immortal words of Dennis Dyack, there's some amazing things coming soon.
Yeah. I think so far with what we've seen with the skill tree system, the tarot deck, and the way that the octahedron, like rock, paper, scissors system is going to work in tandem with it, it allows for, like 67 possibilities with cards or whatever. Now that gets multiplied by like a bajillion, and then we bring it back to George doing amazing voice acting with all of it together. Like, I can't understate how awesome George is as a voice actor. Please, everybody go on Amazon, like podcasts, on Spotify, follow the official Deadhaus stuff there, because they've uploaded audio dramas.
If you go to the media section of deadhaussonata.com, or you can grab them on Spotify or anywhere else. If you're listening to this on Spotify later, go check it out. check Deadhaus
Yes.
Sonata. You want to listen to the radio plays because season 2 of the radio plays will be very interesting.
Very interesting because they just wrapped up season 1. They're so good. They're so good that, oh my God, they're so good. George does a really great job.
Have you figured out the order?
I know that the order, I think Wyvern Tamer or Varric figured out the order and posted it online. But I know of Whites is the first one, right?
Yes.
I think it's the first.
If you listen to the dates, you can have what way they are. Like, I have a particular listening order that I do. Like,
I just listened to them upon release. I didn't listen to them chronologically yet, but maybe chronologically would be way more insightful as like a second listen through.
Here's the way I listen to them. There's of wights, of vampires, of revenants, of liches, of ghouls, of banshees, of wraiths. That is what I figured out based on the dates.
Yeah.
Just had to open that on my phone there to check it out.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of people bothered, even though at the very start of them, they say the date. So you can tell the chronological order. And now, Wyvern Tamer, since I didn't mention this...
Great. Thanks, Wyvern Tamer.
If you look at the map of Malorum...
Yes. Oh, yeah. And you can
check dates and how long, the distance, and the time. So you can tell where he is, what's missing, what has like, oh, why did it take him 6 days to go this distance, but he done this in 2 days? What happened in here? You'll be able to follow it. George told me I put way too much thought into it.
Yeah, like props to Jack and Dennis. Maybe, I don't know if George had
the whole writing team, like the whole group of them doing the writing is amazing.
Like, just coming up with, hey, it'll take, Alaric 6 days to travel from here to here via horse, but then what if his horse gets eaten by a vampire? He has to walk the rest of the way or whatever. And even longer. You know what I mean? Like,
why did vampire? No, that's a ghoul, dude. That's a ghoul. Vampire ain't eating no horse.
His horse. Well, props to his horse getting eaten by a ghoul. Like, props to just that thought process of, oh, well, it's going to take you like 6 days to travel for here because time, distance, it's medieval times, horses, yada, yada, yada. It's awesome. It's really awesome. Like, it's a great little detail that goes overlooked quite a lot.
I'm still taken aback by this.
Oh yeah, no, me too. Nagaztak is gorgeous. Also,
like that's a low polygon game. I'm still blown away by that.
We're looking at the Nagaztak model right now for those just listening, and we talked about it on our last episode, I believe. Yes, go to VertPaint. Just go to ArtStation, look up Deadhaus Sonata. You'll find everything. You'll see Nagaztak, the in-game model. The in-game, this is what it's going to look like. In-game model for this character. It's nuts. I love it.
Our king, our revenant poet king.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. And now, when we move swiftly along, we've also a little bit of bad news for anyone listening that didn't hear it officially. I know people are saying, oh, it should have been a post on the forums. I still think the best way was Dennis actually legit coming out and telling everyone about the game being slightly delayed. Because, to be honest, you need to have it done well. Like, I'd rather the game delayed and done well than rushed out the door in a state.
Yes. For those of you who don't know or are new or are wondering about when Deadhaus is going to get released eventually, right now we have the Founders Packs up online, right? With those Founders Packs, that grants you early access into Deadhaus Sonata with either the Risen Pack or the Havoc and Malice. That's the lowest you can go to get early access to the first or the second age. The original, they are also going away by in 72 days or by July 31st. With those Founders Packs, you get early access. That was originally supposed to start for the first age for Q4 of this year. That has now been pushed back to sometime next year, undisclosed date, just sometime next year in 2022 rather than this year for the first age of early access. Again, if you want to get early access, you can get Founders Packs. Again, the Risen or Havoc and Malice are the lowest you can go to get early access to the first or second age. If you want to get access to the first age, it's going to be the Havoc and Malice. Second age, it's going to be the Risen pack. That's basically just closed alpha and beta early access. But again, the first age has been pushed back to next year. The official full release, like 3.0 beta, open beta release of Deadhaus Sonata is not coming for quite some time. So if you're wondering when Deadhaus Sonata is officially going to drop and not be in the early access state, that's a couple of years from now. But
I think it should go the way Nintendo goes. It's ready when it's ready.
It's ready when it's ready. Yeah. Yeah. Or I think what it used to say is it's ready when it's ready. But
yeah, like it's when it's done, because if anything gets rushed out the door, oh, this is crap, this is broken, this is that, and it's like, well, like, what do you want? A lot of people complaining about games getting delayed. I remember there was one, it was for Doom Eternal originally when it got delayed. I'm like, that sucks, but it'll be worth it. It is what it is. Like it's delayed. Like,
it's been delayed. Like, do you guys really? Is there nothing else going on in your life that you can do, or any other games you can play before, this other game comes out? Like, there's a million. My backlog is so big.
And I think we're all guilty of the whole Steam situation of, yes, here's 78 games I'll never play that I haven't gotten around to yet.
No, exactly. Like, what sucks is, like, I have Alien Isolation. I sit and stare at it. I'm like, I'm going to install it and I'm going to play it today. Not today, Alien Isolation. I'll get to it eventually. But, like, man, there's just so many other games. Or it's like I always have that trouble of I go back and play old games that I played a billion other times, because it's that comfort zone of old games that I love.
Guilty. The Witcher. Guilty.
Yeah. How many times have you played The Witcher this year, Mike? Like 5?
This year it's been 2. Last year it was 5. And when you think, man, I don't even want to think how many hours I've sank into
Vampire games. Yeah, vampire games are few and far between. Von Bardis, great name. Not I wouldn't say few and far between because there's a billion of them now, but like good vampire games are few and far between. Or you can just go ahead and replay Bloodlines for the billionth time.
Vampire games are few and far between. No, good vampire games are few and far between. There is dozens of the damn things on Steam and everything, most of which are complete trash. I've played them. I've never found anything to scratch that Legacy of Kain Blood Omen itch.
No, that's why I just replayed those games a million times.
Dude, I have a PS3 set up just specifically for Blood Omen.
Yeah. I want to get a Vita. I want to get a Vita just to get Soul Reaver and Blood Omen on there, just to have them. I need them on the go now. Boopita boopita.
Oh yeah. Go through that. With Blood Omen, with that is just. That's what I'm looking forward to, all the fun little secrets, because all the stuff they ended up hiding with things in Blood Omen, and Dennis is that guy. Dennis is that guy that just going to.
I think I found all the secrets once in Blood Omen 1, but I had to use a guide. There's 100 secrets in Blood Omen 1, and I think I really love the fact more games should do this. At the end in Blood Omen 1, when you beat the game, it gave you a ranking of Whelp, Nobleman, Destroyer of Worlds, I think was the highest ranking you could get, and you had to get 1 million kills and 1 million feeds and find all the secrets and everything like that. But I think little rankings like that are really cool. I kind of hope Deadhaus has that in there.
I could see that when you finish a mission or level or whichever, that there's a ranking for it, because there's rankings on the forums that were.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Which would be really cool if that translated over into the game.
Yeah, that'd be neat. I wonder if they will do that.
Hint, hint. Dennis, if you're listening, hint, hint. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink. Say no more. Say no more. And with that as well, for anyone that is interested, that's been a fan of Legacy of Kain series, Eternal Darkness, Too Human, any of that, the weekly streams for Deadhaus Sonata are on Wednesdays. After each of the streams, there is an after party, which is now officially called Community Screams. It's Community Screams After Party. It's done as a Q&A section. Our good friends here in the chat, Bishop and Wyvern Tamer, are the MC/mods, whatever way you want to call it, for that. And this is recorded usually and will be put up as podcasts after the fact. When we have streams with like Dennis, if he has time afterwards, me and Bishop MC it. He will jump into the community screams after party. Like there's one up. If you go to deadhausesonata.com right now and you check out the media section, I believe. Yep. Let me just pull it up here now. If you pull up the media section and you scroll down, the first one from May 5th with George Ledoux is up there. So that was the after party.
Good to know.
With the chats with George that were recorded and put up. There is one coming with Dennis, and there will be more in the future. So they are definitely worth checking out because, like, there as well, if you're interested, all the radio plays. And then the community screams will also be put up here, but they will also be on Spotify and everything else like that.
Good to know. I did not know that information. Thank you for telling me, Mike.
Yeah, I think you're on that one, actually, Calypso.
I the one with George. One with George, yeah, I'm on there.
Yeah.
I can't remember what my question was, but I'm on there. If you guys aren't tired of my voice yet.
But yeah, so it's like that's one of the things I think I've loved most about Apocalypse and Deadhaus Sonata. Is probably one of the most community accessible games and companies ever. Is that like you can come to the company and post your information on the forum. You can watch the live streams to get chatting on the Twitch streams with the people making the game. And then afterwards, you can hop into the after party and like when it's one of those streams, like ask Dennis Dyke himself these questions or ask George or anyone involved that we've had that week. And again, having to tie the tongue, but there will be some really interesting guests coming
soon.
Yeah,
coming soon. TM.
Speaking of interesting guests, there's going to be a really interesting guest coming up on the stream next week.
Spoilers, it's me, everyone. No, I'm kidding. Yes, our vampire lord.
We're going to be getting a vampire.
That's exciting.
So badass.
I can't wait to see what this
particular vampire is. Lord Zoran.
Crossing fingers, Simon Templeman. You and me both, buddy. Every single day. Every single day. Zoran is fucking awesome. Like fucking awesome. I can't wait to see what this version of him looks like in game. It's gonna be so awesome. Like if Nagaztak and the Legionnaire are anything to go by, it's gonna be fucking awesome. Like, ugh.
Oh, look at that. We're famous.
Yay. I was waiting.
Calypso, do you want to be famous?
Yeah, I guess I do. I want to buy followers.
Yeah, Wyvern Tamer, do you want to grab out the old Malia sodium on that one there?
If you guys want to become famous, buy follower viewers on buyfollowers.com.
Oh, God. Why would they?
Jesus. I was wondering. First bot of the show.
First bot. Not our first ever bot on the show, but our first bot on the show today. That's how you know you're going big when you get those type of things on Twitch.
It's happening. It's happening.
I made it, Ma. But yeah, so that's going to be the stream for Deadhaus next week. We will be getting
be sure to check out that.
Fingers crossed, Simon Templeman. That will be a shock to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, here's a new guest next week.
Yeah. Hey guys, we got Simon on. What? That'd be great. Yeah, you and me both, Vaughn Barden. Yeah, you and me both. Dude has a voice of gold also. Like, man, I wonder, you got to be lucky to be born with a voice that just works. You know what I mean? Like you can like I said, like George or like Simon Templeman, read a freaking dictionary and it sounds epic.
You know what hurt me about Simon Templeman?
He
was in Charmed.
Yes, he was Death. He was Death in Charmed way back when. Oh man, no. And you know what? He was also on
that's wrong. That's Kane. That's wrong.
God, what's the Lewis? You remember the Lewis and Clark show back in the 90s? He was on that. He was on Lois and Clark as as a creepy alien dude, and like you can still find pictures online, and like he's got a goatee and he's got a beard thing, and his hair is pulled back. He's got some prosthetic makeup, and
Don't
oh
look right.
man, he's talking philosophical stuff with Superman. It's so great, dude. It's so great.
I don't know when he would like. Oh, Charmed though.
Yeah, but I mean, he did
I
a
know you
great
got
job
to
as
do it for
Death.
the pay.
You
I know
got to
you got
do
to
it,
get the
man.
paycheck, but still.
He also did a really good. There's a version of Dracula he did that you can find online. Um, he was in a Dracula play, and they uploaded the audio, and it's just like a visual, almost like a radio drama for Dracula. You can find it online. It's free. It's really awesome. He
Well,
did
you
a
see,
great
that's
job.
true classical theater. When you're doing
Yeah.
things like Dracula and all like that, that's on the Shakespearean level.
Mhm.
Although I've seen a few different versions of Dracula, all done differently, because that was found footage for back in the day. Only found writings, shall we call it?
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
It's very interesting in how different people take different interpretations of it. Of course, my favorite being Francis Ford Coppola. Like that's
Yeah.
probably
No,
the
that's my favorite
definitive
one too.
version.
I really love the Bela Lugosi one though. Like,
Oh well, that's just classic
gotta admit,
cinema,
I gotta.
though. That's
Yeah.
classic cinema. That's like that was the golden age. That was beautiful. Superman
You
images.
find
Oh
them?
Lord,
Oh,
shall
you
we click?
found it. You
Shall we
found it.
click?
Yeah. Yeah. Pull it up and show it.
Hold on.
Oh, nothing. Oh, I didn't get anything.
I can't get it. You need to copy and paste that. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, no, I didn't get anything.
If I pull that up, it'll just pull it up into the stream, you see.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be the if I can find the image. If this isn't it, I'm gonna. No, I ain't getting nothing. I'm gonna. This will be the thumbnail for this
Oh
episode.
dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Will I put it up? You can
Yeah,
see
put
it
it
in the
up.
back. Here we go.
Yeah, that's gonna be the thumbnail for today's
Why does
episode.
he look like why does he look like a Klingon without the makeup?
I don't know, man. I gotta admit, the beard is working though. I'm digging the beard. Lord Nor. Simon Templeman was Lord Nor, an evil
Is
dictator on New Krypton.
is it weird he looks like a sci-fi alt universe Kane? He's even got the hair going
Yeah,
on and
he does.
everything.
Like I think I asked Dennis this before on a stream. I asked if Simon Templeman was like the character model for Kane when they cast him and they just redesigned him a little bit. He wasn't, but it's uncanny valley how close Simon
Yeah.
Templeman and how Blood Omen Kane look. Like it's literally just Simon Templeman in game, in like rugged 90s graphics, like super spot
That's
on.
such a
Like,
90s photo. Like you
oh
mentioned
man,
it before
it's so
about things
good
being
though.
so 90s. Like
Hmm.
the spandex, the cuffs.
Dude. Yeah, it's so 90s. Like
Can we go
the
back to doing that? Can we go
yeah,
back
they
to doing
just
that for like shitty Netflix shows? Can we just do them in like 90s style?
that
Just to
yeah, let's
warm
do
my
it.
heart a little.
I mean, there's that one Netflix show that's like about superheroes that looks totally 90s.
I have not checked that out yet.
I can't remember the title of it, but
But y'all need to watch Castlevania season 4, just saying.
yeah, Castlevania back to vampires. Castlevania season 4. Super great show. Super great show. I haven't watched it yet, but super great show.
Oh, you've seen the other seasons though, right?
Yeah, I've seen 1 through 3. I just haven't caught up on 4 yet.
They've done it so well. It's
Yeah.
ended so well. It's done properly.
Does
Although that's
this
for
one,
people.
is there going to be another season, or does this one wrap it up? Don't
No,
spoil
this
anything.
it's done. It's done.
It's done.
It's
Okay.
finished, which is the way it should do. Although, were I in charge, what I would have done was I'd put it for 10 seasons, and it would be 10 Belmonts.
Oh
I
yeah, I
would
forgot
do
about
like
Kindred the Embraced, that old 90s show. I think he was on
oh,
that too
that was
also.
so terrible.
Yeah, you remember the Blood Masquerade show? Oh man.
It was so bad. They even got the names wrong on the show. Like they pronounced the
I think
names wrong and everything.
my favorite thing about that entire show was the Nosferatu character. Really prolific character actor who played him, but all they did was give him a bald cap, and that was it. He's a Nosferatu, and he's supposed to be an ugly, hideous vampire, but all they did was just give him a bald cap, and all of a sudden he's a hideous monster. And like, oh my god. But that's enough shenanigans. I think, for that. They mixed up like
Here,
three
here
clans.
is how you do a vampire.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Zoran,
That's how you do a vampire.
which we will see next week.
That is some
Zoran,
bestial shit. That
Zoran.
is
Yeah, I'm
holy
loving that. That was my
crap.
phone wallpaper for a while. That was my
They
mobile.
mixed up like three clans. They mixed up like three clans. They did, and they pronounced the names wrong. And it like if you let some fan art, fan fiction stuff for Vampire the Masquerade, they would have done a better job than that
Yeah.
TV show.
To answer your question, Von Bardis, I think I'm saying your name right. Is that new art? That is art that has been revealed and around since they revealed the redesign for Deadhaus Sonata. It's
Yes.
been if you're privy to Deadhaus
We are the
like
monsters.
2 years ago, it was completely different looking, and then they rebooted it internally with a whole new art direction and everything. And this is one of the pieces that came out of that for Lord Zoran, the like I believe he's Nagaztak's right hand general in the army, lore wise.
Kinda. From what I can gather, like the important NPCs that we know of publicly at the moment, there's Nagaztak, who's the king.
Mm-hmm.
There's Zoran and Kiva.
Yes.
And Zoran and Kiva, we don't have specifics on what they are, but they are higher, like left and right hand to Nagaztak, from what we can tell so far.
Yeah.
They're kind of like overseers, lords, sub-kings.
Yeah.
Jarls. I don't know. I've been watching Vikings too much.
Baron Zoran.
Well, it's Lord Zoran.
Oh, yeah, Lord. Yeah,
it's just Kiva, but it's Lord Zoran. So
Kane, Lord Kane.
King Nagaztak and Lord Zoran. Fun little fact that many don't know is that Zoran had come across Nagaztak when he was still human.
Yes,
when Nagaztak was still human.
My working theory is that Zoran is the one who killed Nagaztak.
Don't think so.
I just a guess. Like that's at least I like to think that they fought.
If then he was a revenant. Oh no, they did fight, but I don't think, because otherwise he'd kill him. If he's a revenant, which means he came back for revenge, his whole revenge would be against Zoran.
Well, no, I mean like no.
Oh my god, Calypso! Did you just uncover some weird secret character art from like
the
9th age or something?
I think no. Like my theory is that
let's hear it.
Zoran fought Nagaztak or back when he was human. So back when he was Lucien Armin or whatever, they fought Lucien Araman, whatever, Lucien, when he fought Nagaztak when he was human, before he was a revenant, when he was still part of the Ashen Ring, maybe the leader even, or whatever. My theory is that they fought, and part of Nagaztak when he died, if it wasn't Zoran who killed him in the first place, remembers that this vampire Lord Zoran almost beat him in battle. Almost. Maybe it was like a draw. Nobody won. And then that little spark of memory, it was like, okay, well, you're going to be part of my army now because you're a fucking badass and you almost killed me in battle when I was human. And I was like the most coolest fucking fighter human on the planet. And like, no one can beat me, but you beat me. Nagaztak Lucy. Oh, because of Lucien Armin. Yeah, that's my theory, is that they fought when that Zoran was a vampire and Lucien and Nagaztak was still human, and they fought, is my theory. And that like it was a draw fight. Nobody won because they were like kind of maybe like equal matches. And Zoran knew that. Zoran was like, okay, well, this Templar badass motherfucker is like on my level. I'm not going to kill him because he's awesome. And then he ends up dying anyway. And then, yeah, that's just my theory.
That's the theory, huh?
Yeah.
It's an interesting theory.
watch Jez be like, fuck, you spilled the beans.
there you go. Lucy, is it?
Yeah. Lucy.
Lucy,
I'm home.
Nagaztak is sick of your...
Yeah. He's like, I'm tired of this shit.
That hammer, though.
That hammer. That is... my other theory is that he got beaten to death by his own hammer. I'm
just loving that he's so confident in showing midriff.
Yeah. that new male crop top thing is coming back.
Yeah.
He started it. He's bringing back the trend. Oh geez, I'm having a deja vu. That means this happened before. I feel this has happened before. I don't know.
And with that, I think we're time to wrap up, dude.
Yeah.
If we're repeating and you're getting into deja vus, I think we are deja done.
Yeah.
What's this for revenants to come out on top of vampires and liches, especially with Zoran being involved in his past? It feels like he was moved into place like a pawn reaching the end of the chessboard and becoming a queen.
Ooh.
Did someone read the Necrolibriatus or the Necroliberitas?
The Deadhaus Bible.
The book.
Did someone read the book? I feel someone read the book.
That is a very, very, very interesting one.
Yeah. Very that's very
like pieces on
apt.
a chessboard being manipulated by gods.
Elder gods.
Maybe there's some influence being exerted.
Possibly.
Either way, yep, I think we'll call that for the night.
Yeah,
so
that'll be it. So thanks for everybody joining. Welcome back to Deadhaus Whispers, everybody.
Season 2.
Yes, season 2. Hope you enjoyed episode 1. And you can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Necrolibriatus and on YouTube at Necrolibriatus. There's a good chance that you've Googled or YouTubed Deadhaus Sonata and stumbled across videos. You probably come across some of mine.
You will, or if you're like me and you're sitting watching videos at night and you're watching things about Deadhaus Sonata or anything in vampire-related games, fall asleep and wake up to Nick's lovely dulcet tones regaling you about the majesties of free-to-play versus pay-to-win.
Yes, go watch that video, by the way. Yes, you can follow Faceless Mike, of course, on Twitter, on Instagram, at The Faceless Mike, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/TheFacelessMike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if they're watching this now, you're on my Twitch.
Already. Yes,
and
so just follow.
If you are not watching this now, it's just twitch.tv/facelessmike.
Yeah. And then of course don't forget to follow Deadhaus at Deadhaus Game on Twitter and Instagram and on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. We even got Reddit. We have a subreddit, guys.
There's a Deadhaus make that more active. So rise from your grave, bring it back to life, because it's also, pretty much just a handful of us like Bishop posting in there now. So it needs more life and love. Yeah. And join the Discord. Join the Deadhaus Discord.
Join the Discord, pick up a founder's pack, all that good jazz. Go buy a freaking awesome t-shirt. Like, look how gorgeous the blue hits off of my shirt and just blends together so well.
The hoodies for those in the colder countries are really comfy.
Yeah,
because everyone lives in Florida.
Yeah, sorry, I live in Florida. Join the forums also. Yes, thank you, Wyvern Tamer. Join the forums. Deadhaus Sonata everything.
DeadhausSonata.com. Go there.
Wyvern Tamer something to do. Give Wyvern Tamer something to do on the forums. Yeah, check out the Discord. We're all really friendly. We're all family there.
We don't bite yet.
Yeah, yet. Check everything out. Thanks for watching Deadhaus Whispers, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We will see you all next time.
Fight the
living.
See ya. Fight the living.